less than reassuring.
In the complaint, it says Beauvais stated that DOJ would need to consider telling the courts you and ignoring any such court order. Did you say anything of that kind in the meeting?
Senator, I have no recollection of saying anything of that kind.
It seems to me that would be something you'd remember unless that's the kind of thing you say frequently.
Well, I've certainly said things encouraging litigators at the department to fight hard directly.
So did you or did you not make those comments during that meeting?
Which comments, Senator?
You really need me to repeat it?
Now, since that hearing about all of this, but thanks to the spineless Republican chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, who seemed unbothered by the eye-popping whistleblower report somehow, there won't be any additional hearings for Beauvais' nomination. And tomorrow the committee will vote to move his confirmation vote to the Senate floor. Now, it's likely that Beauvais' nomination will move out of committee. The pressure is still on to stop his nomination from moving through the full Senate. Yesterday, over 75 former federal and state judges signed a letter urging lawmakers to reject Beauvais' deeply inappropriate nomination. And today, more than 900 former Justice Department lawyers sent a letter to the Senate Judiciary Committee saying that Beauvais had disgraced the department and that his confirmation would be intolerable. Again.
So you can finally convert your old bath to a safer, easy entry shower, complete with a custom seat, grab bars, and slip-resistant floor installed in one day.
My overall experience with jacuzzi has been wonderful. Everything was customized to the way I wanted it for the price that I wanted to pay.
I've had a great experience from start to finish.
Don't take matters into your own hands. Do it the smart way. Give Jacuzzi Bath Remodel a call.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com. We're waiving all in.
Listeners, unite. TuneIn brings together your music, news, sports, and more. Whether you're music obsessed.
Hey, this is Taylor Swift.
Love to stay in the know with top news.
There are parts of the country that have really not seen much.
Or what to stay in the game with up-to-the-minute sports coverage.
You can understand how the Atlanta Braves feel about it. There are people who feel that this is taking...
It's all right here on TuneIn. Just sit back and listen.
Less than $20.
I got man-boosting formula powered by Tesnor, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC, but you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting OVER to 215-215.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text OVER to 215-215. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose stubborn body fat absolutely free.
Joining me now is Senator Adam Schiff of California, who is a Democratic member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. As always, whenever you come on, there's a million things happening. But let me just start by asking you, because I don't want to blow through this. I mean, the whistleblower report was pretty outrageous. The committee then also had the receipts, and also the whistleblower was willing to testify. As I just mentioned, Chairman Grassley refused to hold another hearing, which is kind of mind-blowing. Were you actually given an explanation as to why, or what should we understand as to why there wasn't another hearing?
Well, Chairman Grassley wrote a letter back trying to justify not wanting to hear from this whistleblower, which is a tough case to make because this is a very credible whistleblower. This is someone who was promoted time after time, given accolades by the department, promoted even within the Trump administration. He was a vocal proponent of the president's immigration policies. And here he is fired because he told the truth about the mistake involving the rendering of Abrego Garcia. And the response to this act is, well, we don't want to hear from this whistleblower. We don't want to hear what he's alleging, which is serious allegations against Beauvais, that Beauvais was suggesting the Justice Department should basically tell the courts to F off and just ignore court orders. And this prosecutor making these allegations, this former prosecutor, is far more credible than Beauvais, who claims not to recall any of this. And when you consider the lengthy kind of, improper rap sheet of this nominee, which includes his fellow prosecutors in New York saying he should be demoted when he was a prosecutor in New York, to a federal judge saying that the case he was supervising was essentially misleading the court, withholding exculpatory evidence to the point where the case gets dismissed, to the point where he goes to the Justice Department and almost en masse attorneys are quitting rather than do the unethical things he wants, like dismiss a corruption case against the mayor of New York. And then you have this whistleblower allegation. Why not hear from this whistleblower? And I think the answer is Republicans on that committee have taken a posture. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to think about it. We don't want to know about it. We're just here to do the president's bidding. And right now, Donald Trump is daring any of them to stand up to even his most outrageous nominees for, in this case, a lifetime appointment.
It seems, and you've alluded to this, of course, he's going to get through the committee, probably, likely. Do you have hope that there's a lot of effort to make people aware and put pressure on Republicans in the Senate? Do you have any hope there could be 4 Republicans who might vote against him? Is that still a possibility in your mind?
It is possible. I'm not willing to bet on it because most of the time if you bet on Republicans...
I started the show talking about how Trump is melting down, in my view, saying some weird stuff, some off stuff, all sorts of things. And when that happens, he has this trend. He likes to go after some of his favorite targets, you being one of them. And yesterday he called for your criminal prosecution for what he alleged is mortgage fraud. How do you respond to that? Or do you?
Well, first of all, it's quite a letdown because in the past he was accusing me of treason and being a traitor, leaking classified information, you name it. And now he's resorted to a baseless claim of mortgage fraud. Really? Is that the best you can do? So it's, on the one hand, very pathetic. On the other hand, this is now what he's doing with lots of his opponents. He has a pliant Justice Department made up of his former criminal defense attorneys willing to go after anyone. So they're threatening me, they're threatening James Comey, they're threatening John Brennan, they're threatening really anyone who has the audacity to stand up to Donald Trump. But this comes at also a very convenient moment, which is he is just stewing over his base, calling for the release of these Epstein files. And given his close friendship with Epstein calling him one of his closest friends over the last 10 years, his reluctance, his unwillingness to do what was promised and release these files is causing all of this churn. So when that happens to Donald Trump, he lashes out his kind of enemies list, which I'm on. Look at Adam Schiff, look at James Comey, look at this, look at that, look at Hillary Clinton. But whatever you do, don't look at me, don't look at the Epstein files. So this is just also part of his campaign of distraction.
I suspect, or my gut is this is also related. I mentioned there's a lot of things to ask you about. And another one is that tonight we learned that the DOJ has fired Maureen Comey, who's a well-respected federal prosecutor who also happens to be, I like to phrase it that way, the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, from her job in the Southern District of New York. And she worked